Uh, lo and behold, Silverus, Keo, and Helen appeared in front of the party, and then some juicy shenanigans occurred afterwards.
Nothing big.
Nothing big.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Guess who's back? Party's back.
That said, did anybody else have anything they want to cover?
Keo's a little fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Don't know how to address that yet.
We're just gonna talk to her.
You're just gonna go talk to her? Just casually?
Well, Silverus is going to give everyone a rundown of what
Okay.
she knows
Okay.
before talk to her. But it's more so like, yes, we came here for a reason. This is the reason. Trying to look. Yeah, it was mostly just talking after the fight. Where I would like to just relive the moment of I got to cast Steel Wind Strike with Saria. That was amazing. Anyway.
Give us said rundown about Keo.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't aware we were pushing play.
Yeah, we're pushing play.
That's
Go
what
for
it
it.
sounded like,
We're-
you saying
Yeah.
pushing play.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was just adding on to the recap when they're like because anything else anyone would like to add. I was like, oh yeah, there's this thing I gotta do. I didn't realize it was starting the thing.
What a wonderful time to start. Go for it, Amy.
Okay, cool. Just realized all of my water bottles are empty. That's a problem for future Amy. We're all still at the table, right? Isn't it
Yes.
picking up from last session?
Yeah. We
Okay.
came back inside.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, so Silverus is sitting, has her drink in her hand. It is her drink. As she just
He has really good timing.
as Amy goes to close the door,
His husband shakes an entire bag full of wet rocks.
not too far off, he's breaking up the ice block in the ice machine.
Oh, that's really satisfying.
Mm.
Understandable.
But she is going to take a sip of her drink and then kind of just look up into the distance where Keo and Helen walked off to. Right. You've probably already noticed some changes about her.
Like the fact she's wearing her fucking dragon as armor, yes.
That's one change.
One of how many?
I don't exactly have a list, but I'm sure Helen does, somewhere. After what happened at the original clan house, she and Vigilia both changed, and this is who Keo is now.
What happened at the clan house? I assume you mean their clan house.
Right, I do mean this. My apologies. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that you all are aware of everything, or unaware. During the conflict Keo and Vigilia had, their clan house was destroyed.
What started this conflict? I thought her and Virgilia were on good terms.
I think it was more tense at times, but both her and Virgilia were both bitten by void creatures, so they were more emotional.
Oh shit.
Right. I told Helen that they need to be separated so that they can heal. Otherwise, they're just going to keep exacerbating each other's injuries and further prolonging it. It was during the time that Helen joined us, going to Adreska, that this conflict happened. And during this fight, their clan house was destroyed, Virgilia distorted, and Kyo developed an ego, or manifested one, and drastically changed, personality-wise as well. She's not the same. She doesn't have the same demeanor you remember her having.
This is clear. Now, I should say, but what you said. But rewinding a second, Virgilia distorted. Is that a new thing?
New.
Well, it would be new probably to us, unless I'm forgetting something.
I only found out about this a few months ago, while I was talking with Helen, catching up. But yes, she did. There was something about her and Kyo disagreeing on the whole existence and void creatures thing. And that led to the conflict and fight.
I see.
However, distorting, I'm assuming, meaning changed in more than just personality.
I haven't seen her, but considering Kyo came here with the intention to find Virgilia and kill her, I would assume so. And I'm only here as a favor to Helen.
We were warned that things sunk too far into the void or were a little too corrupted could turn into monsters, so not out of the question.
I'm not sure if she is a full monster or if she's just gone insane.
The only certain thing is that Virgilia is missing.
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Oh boy. Do we know? I mean, I was bitten or whatever, marked by the void, and I mean, I got better. So, was her mark more permanent? Do you know? Does anyone know?
When I first found out about it, it was during the clan festival, I think. It was... I'm sorry, this is very long ago.
Oh, yes, we did hear about it in the clan festival, I do recall that, so... Roughly around that time period, however, it just sounded like they were a little bit more agitated. Which,
Yes.
to be fair, you did go chasing after a child during that time period also, so... It
Yes,
sounded
I did.
similar to what he was dealing with. I wasn't overly concerned, though.
The difference is that Alto was able to heal his injury. And
Virgilia
they weren't.
wasn't.
Neither of them were. I told them to keep the two separated, but understandably so, that's a bit difficult.
Perhaps it's less about healing and more about letting it be. Alto was the only one truly affected at that time, and none of us poked at it.
Is there a way to heal it now? I mean, I doubt Kia would sit down and meditate on it and take a breather. Seems so uptight that she's probably wound like a spring.
I don't know if that's possible, but I don't think it is. I'm not an expert on this at all, but I think this is a change that happened due to the event and the stress that they were under.
So there's
And
no going back.
from how I understand it, yes, but then again, there might be a way to reverse it.
No,
Might is a strong word.
that's
Do you
neither
know?
here nor there. We have to try and get Vergalia at the very least. I highly doubt that Kia's going to get better, and even if it is possible, till we find Vergalia.
If we do find Vergilia, then Kia was going to try to kill her.
Well, Alter
Or
Alter like looks over his shoulder really quick to make sure that it's just the party who's able to hear him, and he will kind of lean in and say, "That now, hear me out. They're both competent warriors. What if we just let them slug it out and talk it themselves out? I doubt they'd actually succeed in killing one or the other, right? I'm assuming that they're both incredibly resilient as well, but I mean, they're probably resilient."
How would you feel fighting your sister like that?
Alter, like, eyebrows go up, and he just nods and sits back in his chair and like very, very stunned at the realization, and he just goes, "That is a good point. Never mind that idea."
Though there is some merit to using that idea, though. Best way that we can try to keep them from killing Vergalia if we want to try and help her and Kyo is essentially to capture them. And it's much easier to capture a tired target.
It wouldn't be a bad idea if we can't think of another opportunity to work through this. Keep it in the back pocket, I think. But backing up a bit, we still don't even know where she went, do we? There's no rumors or anything about where Vergilia could have gone?
I'm not sure. We just arrived, as you saw.
Oh,
Interesting
right.
timing, by the way.
Our luck strikes again. But I am a bit concerned about this idea of letting them tire each other out.
It's not perfect, I admit, but it's a plan until we can find another one.
True. However, they destroyed their own clan house and a lot of property during the initial conflict where they both changed and then immediately Vergilia left. They've gotten used to this change now and presumably have gotten stronger. So now I'm concerned on how much damage they can do to this place if left to their own devices for too long.
And you're not sure if there's a way to change them back?
I'm not sure. Again, I am no expert on this.
You know, we might
I-
have some sort of an idea, though.
You know an expert on this?
Not an expert, but there is somebody that we are meaning to see that I might know. Looks very pointedly at Key.
That's true. We did come here with a particular person in mind. Also looks at Key.
Can
Mm,
some...
Go ahead.
No, no.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can someone explain what these looks are for?
Apparently, Key is a descendant of some sort of goddess.
Who knows a lot about kind of everything? From the sound of it, being a
is-
goddess.
That is the entire reason that this island is isolated and almost impossible to get to or from anywhere else. So she has some power at the very least.
Yeah, what they said.
She like sits up straight from where she was leaning against altar still. She's like, what? I'm sorry, Key is descended from a goddess.
Hell of a sister, right? Elbows you.
Key. Is this true? Did you know about it at all?
I mean, how would I have known about this till just now? I only found out when we came here.
Right.
It's apparently the reason they were after certain types of Viera blood. Those descended from this goddess. And even if she doesn't know how to help us, if she's as aware of things in her own country as she claims to be, or at least people claim her to be, she might be able to either tell us where Vigelia is, or at least warn her about what might happen, and maybe she'll point us to a place where if they do cause some destruction, it won't piss her off and immediately make her smite everybody. I'm sure there has to be some little clearing or abandoned settlement somewhere where she doesn't mind if it just gets a little burned and razed to the ground.
Maybe. Silvers is just looking at Key.
You can pick up your jaw and close your mouth. You know that, right?
Side eyes Isul.
I'm still me.
Of course you are. It's just... In the last hour, I've had a lot of new information to digest. First being that you're all even alive in the first place.
Good information, right? Mostly good information.
Mostly. So, you're all on your way to meet with this goddess, correct?
That was
That
the
was
plan.
the goal.
Jinx,
Ideally,
sort of.
Ideally, if we met her, she was either going to be able to help us get back or teach Key how to move in that in-between realm so that we could get back.
We were hurrying to get home so that we could get to you, because we thought you were in danger. Or I thought you were in danger, or presumably dead. whole thing. But since you're here now, we don't have to rush to get home as fast. We do have to help our brother. I'm looking at Isul. It's weird saying that. I'm the brother. It's weird saying I have a brother.
You still just they're a tiny, tiny smirk. Yes, now I have to deal with two of you, but I'm certain if he is with Claire and her guild, as much as I would like to be there as soon as possible and see how he is doing, she'll take care of him. I'd much rather leave this country on the good side of Goddess and not leaving monsters here that are going to cause her enough problems that she might come back to us.
Right. Hmm.
Who knows? Do enough for her, maybe she'll owe us a little favor or two.
Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking's about all we have these days, isn't it?
I have to tell you about something.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be right back. God damn it. This tense moment. Why the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna be right back.
He has perfect timing.
Babe, I saw this frog outside. It was huge.
I'm pregnant and you're the father.
But quick above table assessment. So the teleporty group, they popped in trying to track down Virgilia. They don't really have a specific destination. They're just like vaguely looking.
Kyo has an idea of where to look, but she hasn't shared it with Silvers or Helen.
Okay. So Kyo has a place to investigate, but the rest of the group doesn't necessarily or hasn't been let in on it. And our current goal was we could go to the goddess and possibly inquire about that.
We have
I
a lot
doubt
to talk to this
Virgilia-
goddess about, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think that we could convince Helen and some others to come with us, maybe, but Kyo is gonna. I 100% am calling it. Kyo is gonna fucking storm off in one direction. She's just gonna go.
He is the storm that is approaching.
I am back.
That's the wrong one. Hello.
That was
That's
the
Virgilia.
point. That was the point.
Virgilia is the storm that is leaving. I am the storm that is gone. But
Was the whatever Mr. Amy had to say worth the very extreme entrance he did?
Well, this is my husband. Everything he says is worth it, right? I love him so much. You know, love of my life and all that. The answer is no. He didn't realize I was in a game. So he didn't realize he was interrupting.
How dare.
But-
Mhm.
So it sounds like we should
It's still frozen, so I put it in.
we should probably investigate or inquire to this goddess, possibly about Kyo and Virgilia then, as well as just, well, the whole. We could ask about the void call them scars because that sounds cool. Like a void scar on your soul. We could ask about that as well.
I could ask quite a few things. All of that. What she knows about what Key can do, if she can help what Key can do. What she might know about Kit in the last time all of this happened. Let's just hope that she's actually chatty compared to all of these others that we keep meeting.
Right.
It does remind me, if all this time has passed, and we don't really have any access to any of the information on the outside world beyond this island, has there been any other attacks? Major attacks?
Piper! There's
Peppa?
paper.
Hang on.
Okay.
No!
My headset's tangled. Give me a second.
I'm looking at my little cheat sheet, the timeline cheat sheet. Hello.
My headset was tangled, so I was messing with it.
Okay.
Did you hear the question?
No, I did not. Please.
Isul, paused the conversation, looked back to Silverus, and okay, since time has passed, and there's no way of getting news in this country anyway, has there been any other major attacks?
Attacks in the form of...
Beastly
void
dark
attacks.
things.
The records here and there, but there hasn't been any, super major strong ones.
Aside from the dragon one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at the timeline of the major thing. Would Silverus know about the night?
No.
Okay.
She needs to talk to somebody about that.
Okay. Ugh, I'm so sick. Gross. There haven't been many major attacks that have made it to mainstream news. Some here and there.
So, just really a bunch to do with the armors, then. That's something.
Right. Well, we need to talk to Keo and Helen about what they plan on doing about Vigilia and finding her here. And we need to talk to the goddess. If we can find out the timeline Keo is looking for, there may be more than enough time for me to join you all for your talk with the goddess before I need to head back and help them with their plan.
Wait, what plan? The plan for Vigilia or a different plan?
Their plan to search for Vigilia here. I am helping them.
Well, of course you are. Of course you'll help them. But you'll stay with us when... You would stay with us if it came down to it, right?
What do you mean?
If... Well... Alter knocks on the table. Knock on wood. But if for whatever reason they don't, or Kyo doesn't want to direct the party towards the goddess to inquire, and they stuck to the plan of looking for Vigilia on their own terms, but what would you do? You would stay with us, though, in that case, right?
Silver's pauses. I would convince them that talking to the goddess would be in their best interest. And if it did come to that, I would keep my word. I promised Helen that I would assist Kyo in this to ensure that she makes it out all right and alive. And I'm not going back on my word.
Alter opens his mouth as if to protest again, but after a second, just closes his mouth and nods. Right.
To be fair, it is wise for at least one of us to stay around Kyo if she goes wandering off. Simply because it'd be much easier to contact each other than try to find her without one of us nearby. But I do think that since you now have your clan back, and you are all dressed up all fancy, might as well use that general garb and delegate work if need be.
And here I thought I just finished delegating things for the next month. I suppose I could do it more.
Tiny smirk, and Isul kind of leans back in her seat a little bit, arms crossed. Well, try to convince her to talk to the goddess, and if not, then honestly, I imagine it'd probably be better if either Alter or I went with her, because one of us might be able to stop her. Might being a strong word, I'm sure.
Alter nods. Makes sense to me. I would rather myself go than you go again.
Or we could take it slow, just move as a group. We don't really have to separate.
Well, if Silverus is determined that somebody has to stay with Kyo to keep the promise.
Exactly. So we could just stay with you.
That is the plan, or the first plan, Key. To get Kyo and Helen to come with you all to talk to the goddess. But if that doesn't work, I am going to be traveling with them and assisting them on their quest here.
What I'm saying is, why don't we help them first?
We're trying to go to the goddess first, because she might be able to help us help them.
She could direct us to Virgilia and save us a lot of trouble of going on chasing off of different leads. That would be helpful, if nothing else. Plus, I believe we're closer, like, physically closer to where the goddess is?
Possibly, because we don't know exactly what Vigelia is, or if she's just normal and very strong and very mad, or if she's a creature. She could be hiding in town.
Ugh. Let's, at the very least, go and pick Helen's brain on it. Helen would undoubtedly be on our side with this.
If we can save him from her claws, because she did just drag him upstairs.
That she did. You don't think... Never mind.
I'm certain they are, yes, brother.
Nope, nope, I don't want to know.
regardless, we do need to talk to them as soon as possible to get them on board.
It's just a matter of, do we try and see if they're still awake at this point, or do we wait and try to grab them over breakfast if they even stop for breakfast?
What time of day is it, Piper?
It's getting to be about evening. You can see the lanterns beginning to come on.
Like dinner time?
Yeah.
I thought it was like really late nighttime by this point.
Yeah. Silver's just
I
like,
guess if you guys spent a couple hours talking, then yeah.
So it's the sun has set, but it's not
The sun
like
has set. Yeah.
So
it's
it's
not
like
like
what?
AM.
yeah, it's like what, 8 p.m.?
We'll say like 9, 10 p.m.
Okay. So like, still, it's late night, you're getting ready for bed, but you're not like asleep.
Depends on the
But it's
person.
also,
Yeah,
but
depends
it's
on
on
the
also
person.
considered rude.
But
Mm.
yeah, we could deal with being rude.
Yeah, Silver's just like sits up straight. It's just like, oh, I could just knock on the door, drag Helen out.
Kicking and screaming?
Well, I've done that before, haven't I?
Alter snorts.
Go bring us the green hair.
Go get him, Commander. Alter will salute.
Don't call me Commander.
Okay. we stopped calling you princess at your request. You're going to have to deal with at least some sort of commander, general, lieutenant, something.
Silverus does flinch at the word princess.
Just choose which one you like the best, because you're going to be dealing with it, whether you like it or not.
Mm,
I like Commander. I think it's like a authoritative, like good ring to it. Mostly because you're on our side and you're not on the enemy side.
for now, at least.
Damn.
Winks. What?
What?
Just keep looking pretty, brother. She'll stay on our side.
Silver just sighs, just like, I suppose if I had to pick, I would pick Commander.
Oh, all right.
I'm
then,
not
Commander,
endorsing
go
it.
bring us green hair.
I'm not endorsing it. Either way, I'm going to go and get Helen. I'll be right back.
As she gets up and leaves, you still call after she's a few steps away. Didn't you miss us?
Audible sigh. She disappears.
That means yes.
I was about to say she didn't say no.
Just as soon as she is out of sight, turning towards Alter. We really need to work on some of your basic knowledge of things.
What? What basic knowledge of things? What did I do?
Engagement rings? Really? Right hand? Really?
It's been a while. It's been a while
Sir.
since I went to a formal class. I forgot. It's a lesson that I forgot because I don't pay attention to things like that because it doesn't matter to me.
Usually.
Yes, usually. And in this case, it would have. But it's not. It's fine.
Now the death glare that you gave me makes sense. I was just trying to inform you of something that I saw it's a little bit interesting. Oh, by the way, Key. That little ring she has. If it's glowing yellow, she's thinking about you.
Aww. Really?
Usul nods. Yellow, red, pink, and purple. And she, like, points to each person as she says it.
Wow. Not really original, huh?
Unfortunately.
She really does wear her heart on her sleeve.
No, on her finger.
Okay.
Silverus.
She's going on a hunt for a
Going on a
green
hunt?
Elezen. Green-haired druid man. Have you seen him? He's about this tall, little snarky, dressed in a suit.
Dragged behind scary lady.
He's about to get dragged again by a different scary lady.
So you knock on the door, and they both answer you. Clearly getting ready for bed, as Helen has removed the suit and is now in a nightgown.
Mm,
Top of the evening to you.
right. Are you busy?
I was about to go to sleep.
But you're not currently asleep.
True.
We need to talk to you.
He holds the door open for you.
Oh, no. I meant as in you come downstairs so that you can talk to my clan. They want to catch up with you.
Just me.
Quick question. Was it just Helen or was it both of them?
She did say both answered the door.
No, I meant to the group of like, is Silverus getting just Helen or is she getting both of them?
I was thinking just Helen for now, because he would be easier to convince.
It's up to Silverus as to how she would interpret that. To be honest,
Mhm.
like, I think the intention is just Helen, but at the
Mhm.
same time, getting the information to Kyo and letting her sit on the, like, hey, we need to talk to this goddess lady, she might be able to help, might convince her overnight.
Okay, so it's a judgment call here. Piper, what does Silverus know about the new Kyo and her exposure to her and her personality now?
You've had exactly 2 interactions with Kyo since then.
Yep.
One where she said, "Get out of the way,"
Yep.
and just now.
And just fucking, just like, Ah, man, the fact that Silverus doesn't lie makes it so much harder. Okay. It's just... is that an issue with that?
Just a little strange, is all.
It's not the intention. I think everyone feels more... Well... I think they're okay with bothering your sleep schedule more than they are with bothering Kyo's.
You can just see a blank stare from him. Like, excuse me, bitch? You did not just say that to me.
And
You can
also,
see he
they
looks back
haven't...
to her.
Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
And the last time they saw you was right before. So, I imagine they'd like to talk to you, personally.
He turns back to Kyo, and you can see they just, like, exchange, like, glances. Maybe a message spell was used, who knows? And he's like, okay. You're buying the drink, though.
You're not getting that expensive whiskey.
How many times have I bought it for you?
Once.
Twice?
You bought the entire bottle for the table.
How many bottles did I buy?
I don't remember. I was half a bottle in at that point.
I believe we went on our adventure after 5?
Fine, I will buy you 1 whiskey drink. Happy?
Alright.
She's gonna just fucking wait. Just fucking gesture for him to follow.
He will put his suit back on and then come back on the follow.
No nightgown, Helen, in the tavern?
No, he's bringing his suit. He's going downstairs. He's going in public. The suit comes on.
She's walking down. She's like, you could just get a suit pattern on the nightgown. That would save you
What?
time.
That's just ridiculous.
So I was putting on an entire suit to have a 10-minute conversation.
Listen, there is nothing wrong with looking your best for any meeting. Or is there a
suppose-
reason you're still wearing that outfit, General?
You are just gonna fucking push him down the last step.
Thump.
Everyone in the dining room area hears the stick dunk dunk on the last few steps and just goes, "Well, things are off to a good start."
Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have bumped into you.
Ugh. Yes, must be those commando reflexes of yours.
They're waiting. Hurry up.
You see a smirk. He knows he's won this round as he goes over and sits down next to you. Sits you.
I have gathered a Helen.
Well, hello again.
Hello.
Long time no see.
He goes over to a menu and he makes sure that the most expensive thing on the list.
Silver's just fucking massages in between her eyebrows as she sees this shit. I imagine just with the finger just went straight to the bottom.
Yep.
You're getting 2 drinks at most.
Nope, you promised me a bottle.
I did not promise you anything.
Yes, you did.
Can't prove it.
Alright. Enough. So I would like to get to bed at some point tonight, but we do have a conversation to get out of the way first.
Alright.
It's about your girlfriend.
What about her?
Do you know
Alter
she has some
does.
sort of... Go ahead.
No, hold on. Alter doesn't spit take. It was a jab, and then he's like, haha, girlfriend. It's like as if he could actually date, and then it just smoothly goes with it, and he just doesn't spit his drink. Just continues sipping.
Didn't Helen tell Alter he was seeing someone at the gala?
He did.
But not
Yeah.
Kyo specifically.
Yeah.
Didn't say
He
Kyo.
was just dancing with Kyo all night.
Oh, he danced with Silvers once.
Yeah, once.
So, the Alter didn't
Plausible
assume.
deniability.
Alter's wisdom is too high.
It is. Want to give me those wisdom points? Isil just kind of leans forward a little bit, like propping her chin on the table, or like on her inner palm on the table. Do you know if she has any specific destination or any specific things, or just she's hunting for regalia somewhere in this country?
Well, the first thing we're gonna do is announce our presence to the goddess, as she said that's tradition. After that, she had plans to go somewhere. Probably gonna follow her to wherever that is.
So you're all planning on going to see the goddess?
She said that's a tradition. Which is why I suppose you all are here as well?
Isil kind of nods. Yes, we were wanting to make sure that we could catch her and to make sure she calmed down just long enough for us to actually talk to the goddess. She probably has a better idea of a few things than any of us do.
Still can't wrap around my head that there is an actual goddess, but yes.
and a few questions for you about the situation. As you probably know a little bit more than we do, even if you weren't there at the time. Do you know exactly what happened to Vigalia other than just something?
I don't fully understand all of it, but I will tell you as I remember it happening. But if you want like a scientific explanation, then you've come to the wrong Star Druid.
Something is better than nothing.
So it was about a month or so after you all died, but not died, but also died. There's a short pause for a moment, and he just shrugs his head. Anyway, one night, a whole bunch of that stuff gathered around. The stuff that makes those like dark void creature things. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're on the same page. So Virgilia jumped into that, and when she came out, she looked different, and she felt a whole lot stronger.
Looked different. How? Did she still look generally like Vigalia, or was she like monster?
He pauses. Do I have her token available? Because he does have minor illusion. Let me just show you if I have it.
I mean, I feel like the entire image is in the fan art channel.
Is it?
It was what I think it is, yes.
It is! Hey, thank you!
You're welcome.
I'll just put that into the character images. Or character creation, I suppose.
So still humanoid.
Mandy, no!
Mandy.
Mandy, no.
So not monster, but I can see what you mean by different. And then she just picks a fight with Kyo after that?
Yep. After that, they began to fight. Virgilia shot some sort of energy, and it leveled the mansion. Killed about half of our clan. That made Kyo snap, I guess, and she began to change as well into what you see her. And then they fought for about an hour or so before Vigilia left.
And there wasn't any specific prompting or anything.
I don't really know.
Soul just kind of like leans back again, arms crossing once more. Well, don't know if it's good or bad that she is not outright a monster. That much reckless, blind power from either of them is a problem.
Helen, I do have a question for you. I didn't ask this, earlier. But why exactly does Kyo want to kill her?
He pauses. I think they have some sort of reason for fighting that I'm not fully aware of. Maybe Kyo's out for revenge for the killing and destroying the manor, and not to mention half of our regular people. Certainly a valid reason for revenge. Maybe there's something more to it. Can't say I blame her.
Right.
Somehow I believe there has to be something a little bit more than that. They are always at each other's throats, from what I could see, but siblings are still siblings.
I don't really have a sibling of myself, so I can't really relate to the feeling.
What?
You good, Amy?
Yeah. Sorry. I could have sworn Helen had a sister.
Maybe he does, and I forgot about it. That's entirely possible.
Okay.
I just heard the instant confusion from Amy. It's like, oh no.
Maybe I forgot. It's possible that I did.
Okay.
Double check your lore with the lore master.
I'm not the lore master.
Nice.
It was in their text RP where they went on their first dinner date thing. Helen has sisters too.
Okay.
So I mean, you are DM. You are the actual lore master.
Like if you 100% like remember that, then I'm not gonna.
I have to pull it up right now.
Yeah, we will look. We will hunt for that.
I can reply to it if you want.
Please do.
I actually can pin it. I pinned it in the text RP, the dinner date one.
Please do.
Cause I just opened it and did Control F sister, and I'm like, okay.
Why would he lie to you? He didn't. I lied to you.
Yeah, my first thought was like, wait, who's lying here? So I did not mean to derail. I was just like, what?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he does. Okay. So yeah, take that back.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Well, me and my siblings aren't like that, but I mean, every pair is different, yeah.
Little frown. Well, if Vigalia was able to level half the clan house, kill that many people with a single blast, is Kyo possible of the same things?
I'm sorry, repeat that last, like, 5 words.
Is it possible for Kyo to do the same things?
Kyo's power seems to be different. Like, you saw that whole lightning manifestation thing. Vergilia didn't do that. She just flew and launched, like, energy, I guess? It felt like pure ether. So, maybe they're different like that, too.
It's probably based off of the already acquired skill set.
Makes sense.
Less inclined of like, are they able to do the exact same thing, and more meaning same power level?
I mean, I I'm not a good judge of that, but Kyo seems confident she can win. Well, maybe she's not planning to come out alive. I can't really say.
She's very confident.
No, she's always been confident, perhaps overly so.
This confidence is a bit unnerving. It's different.
Yeah, she hasn't really been as cocky as she has been. Now she just does her work with a rather silent efficiency. She's a lot different than when you knew her, that's for sure.
So what are the odds that we can get her to agree to go to the goddess and postpone hunting down Vigilia?
Well, we're already going to the goddess tomorrow. She said that's sort of a tradition that you have to follow. So,
Postpone hunting it down long enough for us to actually talk to the goddess, not just wave and say hello and leave.
I guess that depends. She's probably gonna talk and then leave, like you said. She doesn't have a reason to wait.
Even if the goddess might be able to help us.
Well, I imagine whatever conversation they're gonna have is part of that. I don't know. You think I know? Do I look like I know Goddess 101?
No, but you are the closest person to Kyo.
I know that Kyo would need a reason to stay far beyond, you know, she would need a reason to pause her goal to do something else. So, incentivizing, probably.
Fortunately, asking her nicely isn't going to work anymore.
And you don't think you have a... But hold on, English? English. You don't think that you're close enough to her to even try to ask her nicely just to wait an extra few hours?
You could see that, as you stated, his face looks a little more crestfallen, and he kind of like looks to the side, like tapping like a fork. And I can try and talk to her, of course, but she doesn't really listen to me or anybody else these days.
Silverus puts a hand on his shoulder in like a comforting gesture as she like leans a bit closer. She's like, but you can try.
Oh, of course I'll try.
Right, and if that doesn't work, then we'll find a different solution working together.
Alright. I have no objection.
If
Right.
that's it, then I suppose meeting adjourned?
Right, I'll see you at the castle tomorrow, then.
Right, where are we going? Who exactly am I traveling with?
Well, I know I called you here to help me, but like, if you want to go with your group, like I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to go off with them. I wouldn't hold it against you.
I suppose I could. Either way, that's all correct.
Who's she talking to?
The group at large. It's like, any last things to talk about the Helen before I put him back?
Isul just kind of shakes her head. Sounds like you need all the luck that you can get, Helen. So good luck.
Thank you. But you too. But whatever it is you plan to do here.
Right.
He'll get up. He'll order one more glass of wine, making sure it is on your tab before heading back upstairs.
I swear.
Isul just kind of like watches him go, and when she is like certain that he has gone, she just kind of lets out a long breath. So she's not far gone then. So much so that even her own boyfriend, lover, whatever we want to call him, can't sway her in the slightest.
She's determined. She's
a little
not.
bit more than determined.
I think I only know only a bit more than you do. She's not insane. That much is certain.
Not yet, but hopefully we can stop any worsening of this void scarring thing.
She's just manifested an ego. She's not going to go insane.
Nobody ever said anything about insane, but being blinded is something that people certainly can be, even if they are not insane. So
Rest
concern
assured,
is
we
less- Go ahead.
rest assured, we do mean well. You know that.
Of course I do, but she's not a danger to anyone.
For now. And you can't say that with any certainty when she is planning to go fight this big fight. Possibly blindly. Which could cause injury and danger to others. Concern is once she has dealt with this motivation, this thing that she is determined about, what is she going to put her sights on next?
Continuing her work, what she's doing.
Sounds a lot like what she's doing is still, at least in part, single-mindedly chasing Vigalia or trying to get stronger to chase Vigalia. She'll have to find a new purpose, and what that new purpose is going to be the question over whether or not she... just how deep she has fallen. This is coming from somebody who is very well acquainted with such mindsets.
You have a point. I will give you that. That's why I'm here in the first place. But it's not... There is a very high possibility that this is permanent, and there is no going back. So I'm trying to keep in mind that possibility. That this is just the new normal. And we have to figure out what to do with that long term that does not involve turning on our allies.
None of us want to turn on her, none of us are going to plan on it, but we do have to face the very real possibility that if things go sideways, she might just be a threat that does have to be dealt with. Especially if she does succeed in killing Vigalia. No matter what Vigalia has done, that is still his sister. They were still close to some extent. Killing her will break something in her. If you thought Key was mass murderer and you knew you had to put her down, you would still mourn her once you did. It would break something.
I just drift over to Key for a second.
It's not a perfect parallel, but it's a sobering thought. How much damage it would do.
And if she is strong enough that she is causing all of these issues, strong enough that she thinks she can handle somebody like Vigalia, who's probably just been getting stronger herself, then there is concern over what might happen once that break does occur. Again, not saying we're planning anything, but we do have to face the fact that this is a possibility. And know what we might need to do if it comes down to it.
I know.
There's not much to be done right now, though. So I think this would be the time for us to get some rest. Some well-deserved rest, mind you. We've all gone through an absolute ringer.
Right. Very well. Did you all get to rooms already?
No, we arrived only a few minutes before you did.
Alright, I'll go get that settled. Then we're going to rest and meet up in the morning. She's gonna go get them rooms.
Yeah, no problem.
And pay the fucking tab Helen left her.
Business expense. Just write it off as a business expense.
Yeah, it's a
Tax
business
deductible.
plan expense. Kit's passed out at the table. Does she have some of the whiskey?
That's a good question.
It's the good shit. Helen went for top shelf. No.
Okay. That's another thing to add to the list. Work on Kit's drinking problem, because she can't become a slosh. She can't. Not allow.
Fucking, she won't be able to cast Lesser Restoration on herself. Silvers comes back with fucking room keys, sees a passed out Kit. Yeah, Lesser Restoration, the hangover. She's like, can one of you carry her?
Phil just looks at Kit and just kind of sighs. I'll make sure she gets to bed. She's
Right.
had a time of it herself.
Can imagine. Just tuck her room, put her room key down next to her, pass out the fucking keys. Good luck carrying her.
She's not that heavy.
I meant the stairs. They're a bit wobbly.
Just looks up the stairs. Oh, I can jump it. Just pat Kit on the head. Go back to sleep, kid. You're fine.
Fucking Silver just snorts. Ah. The pretty dragon lady is going to carry her.
I can give you a hand. I know it's not easy carrying her when you're closer to the ground.
Kick.
No, she can handle it.
Kick straight to the shin.
Trying to be nice.
You're being a little shit. Aren't you supposed to be mature now? You have a lady.
Those are totally unrelated things.
Looks towards Silverus. You're doing a very poor job of training this one up.
You can't judge me yet. I've had him for what? An hour?
You got your work ahead of you.
It'll be fine. She's going to give Key her key? Give Alter the key? I don't know what the room situation is, but it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Rest.
Anyone want to do anything late at night or fast forward?
I mean,
Huck.
Isul will get Kit to bed. Isul does want to try and catch Silverus.
Okay. You can't. She's got to settle that tab.
Double talk time.
Just that very, very kind of calm and patient, still with a passed out kid at the table, as Alter and Key go upstairs. Waits until Silverus is starting to head upstairs and will follow along with a passed out Kit.
Silvers will be nice and get the door for her.
This is something of a duty that I do have to talk to you right now for a moment.
We've already talked about the mission tomorrow.
Less about the mission. More about fun little revelation between you and my brother.
She stops, turns to look at Isul. Do you really have to do this?
Yes, unfortunately.
Can't we just skip it?
No, I don't think so.
Can I get you another chocolate cake and we can skip it?
Tempting. Very tempting. But
Fine.
and Isul just, it's like smirking through all of that. A little bit of humor to this that she can see. She knows. I want to make something very clear to you, though. When he thought you were dead, it's closest to breaking I've ever seen him. In fact, I'm pretty sure he did break. He was just putting on a brave face. Don't know why, but he does truly like you. I mean, you're intelligent and I like you well enough compared to most other people. But you know what I will say here. Don't hurt him.
This entire time, Silver's... sorry, it's kind of hard to fucking speak. Jesus. She didn't look uncomfortable per se, but she looked a bit concerned talking about altar breaking. And when she... Obviously, she turned away for a second. Because it's like fucking ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Are you really doing the shovel talk? Seriously? When she turns back to Isul, her expression, face, and entire demeanor is just full of just conviction and confidence. I'm not going to hurt him. In fact, I don't think I'm even capable of trying to. So that's not a concern you have to have.
There is a very critical eye from Isul, weighing and judging Silverus probably more than she has since they very first met. You'll trust that you mean what you say. As much as you will enjoy avoiding answers, your answers have always been truthful.
I'm not one to lie about things. Talk around them, dance around them, yes, but I'm not a liar.
And Isul nod. It's kind of like shifting Kit a little bit. Just know that I am trusting you in this. My trust does not come lightly. And also know that even if we are no longer with the clan and with the syndicate, I still take it as my job to protect him. If you do end up hurting him, I can promise you will learn exactly why the syndicates are as feared as they are. And with that, she'll give a little nod. Good night, Silverus.
Good night. Do you want me to open the door for you while you're carrying her?
Looks at Kit and kind of smirks again. No, I think I can manage it. She weighs almost nothing. It's actually rather impressive.
Isn't she wearing armor?
I think all the weight is from the armor.
It is impressive.
Just turn and start heading down the hall.
Mm. Silver's just probably looks back for a second as Isul disappears around the corner with Kit. Just gonna let out just a fucking sigh. Just roll her fucking eyes as she goes back into her room. Fucking bedtime.
Okay.
About that.
Oh my god!
Hey!
Don't think you got off easy, Walter.
Oh shit!
So, they went up first, yeah?
Yeah?
Hey, Walter
Hmm?
kind of pokes his back a bit.
Yes?
So, you and Sylvie are, like, official now, right?
Just a slight embarrassment, but he just kind of tips his head back and forth and just goes, well, yes. it's weird to say out loud, but yes. Why?
He kind of looks at Alter and a little curiously. 100%?
He narrows his eyes for a second, and then just, yes. Is this the sibling talk? And he does like a finger pointing to her and then to him, back and forth. He just goes, is this the sibling thing where you like tell me you're going to kill me in my sleep or something if I make her sad?
I mean, do I look like that type of person?
No, that's why I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say I'm happy for you.
Oh. He softens at that. Thank you.
And, she hugs him.
Oh. Thank you. Pats her on the head, and will hug her back.
Also, I will kill you in your sleep.
I really hope you two can make each other happy. Because Sylvie really needs to be happy.
I haven't forgotten my promise that I made to you on the night of the gala.
She beams at that. Good. Because, you know, if you broke that promise, that'd be really, really bad.
There it is.
She just grins because she's completely joking.
So
Go ahead.
he like looks more earnest for a second. So you're okay with it? I didn't ask permission or for your blessing at all. And I mean, on the one hand, I maybe should have.
Well, the writing was kind of on the wall. You didn't really need to ask me. To be honest, I was rooting for you.
There is a mix of like gratitude and shame. Just like, thank you. Look, subtlety is not something I'm good at. It's fine.
I figured that out. I figured it out when I first met you.
Runs a hand through his hair to just. Well, that's fine. It's fine. I don't need to be subtle. Crosses his arms.
I think it's part of the reason why she likes you. So don't stop. You two. I want you two to be happy, and honestly, I'm kind of happy that. Well, I hope we could all be a family. Kind of felt like it, with the plan at least. Hope that's not weird.
No, I don't think it's weird. Makes sense to me. It's a lot easier for me to say sister than it is brother. And he like really aggressively just pushes the barrier between too hard on ruffles the shit out of her hair.
Why does everyone do that? He kind of messes with her hair a bit. But please protect her.
He looks very, very serious for a second and then nods. Absolutely. I can promise you. I can promise anyone, but you especially, I will protect her with my life.
He gives a very sweet smile and says, I don't doubt that. I'm sorry for keeping you. We hope you have a good night.
He like pats her on the top of the head again, and will like do one last like side hug and be like, "I'll see you in the morning." And don't think I've forgotten of all those little pranks you've done, those matchmaking pranks. I'm going to get you back for those.
Well, at least you've caught on now. It was for the best.
That doesn't matter. It's the principle.
If it weren't for me, you guys wouldn't have been this far.
I'm going to pretend that you are already asleep and I didn't hear that.
You will head to her room. There,
Okay.
the siblings got their shovel talk.
Now we skip to the next day.
Long rest go burr.
Long rest go. Burr.
Long rest
Fully
go
healed.
burr.
Give me that health.
You wake up. You put on your nice clothes. Make sure to get rid of all the smells from the adventuring. Because today you go meet a goddess. The way is blaringly obvious, as the castle is the largest building in the city by far, and it is also smack dab in the center of town, so you don't need to look for it. It's staring at you no matter where you go. Going to the gate, you see that the goddess is holding court. Any that are welcome may do so, and you join a line of people. You remain in the sign for about 2 hours, as there are a lot of people lined up to see her for whatever reasons. But after 2 hours, it's coming down to the last couple of people. You follow the line up to what appears to be the top floor of a several-story Japanese style. You can feel the tatami mat on your feet, which you were instructed to remove your shoes, as is custom in this place, because you don't want to get the area dirty.
That's a fucking work. That's work.
No, that's so much fucking work.
Do it, bitch!
Not Silver's cool thigh-high boots. No, it's so much fucking work.
Considering like 90% of Isul's armor is on her legs, getting to the shoes is not fun.
Take him off, bitch!
Oh my god. I find it so funny that both Silvers and Isul are what's holding the group back. Because she's got fucking long-ass boots with laces going all up each side. It's like, motherfucker. Isul's got intricate armor that she has to take off.
Eventually, you get your first glimpse of this woman. Instead of a throne, there is a long velvet purple couch that she sits upon. And you can see that she's about as tall as an average adult Viera woman, with thick dark brown skin and a lovely black dress that flows all the way down. You can tell from the uniforms that there are several guards standing in place, alongside Saria, who must have vanished towards the night, alongside the person that she introduced to you guys as Byakuho, waiting in attendance. The first guy that you see in front of in front of the goddess is wearing chains. And you can remember from his tattoos and his outfit that he was present at the attack yesterday. Holding onto his chains is one of the ninjas wearing black that you saw at the previous fight. And finally, you hear her speak. And who do we have here? Ma'am, we found out that this is one of the ones that were behind the attack yesterday. Ah, right. You can see her standing up, and she takes a couple steps, and you can see that this man is beginning to visibly shake. Do you have any idea what kind of idiot attacks my city? He goes pale. You better start explaining yourself. We were hired because there were supposed to be like really important goods, ma'am. I didn't realize it'd be that bad. It was an accident. I promise I won't do it again. And you could see her staring down at him. You know, I saw that whole battle from up here. And it sure looked like you did a lot of destruction in your wake. By your own creed, you have admitted to this. I think you know what the punishment is. And whatever color was in this man's face has gone white completely. Like, he might as well be a skeleton. She doesn't make any motions, but Alter, you dimly recognize a phenomenon that occurred during the fight yesterday where his nose begins to bleed. And then, like, 2 seconds later, he implodes on himself.
Oh. Altered, like, just sees that, raises eyebrows a second, and then nods to himself. So that's who was doing that.
Yeah, you were being assisted during that fight.
See, like, you still, like, wrinkle her nose slightly. Rather hard to clean up.
As you say that, she like makes a wave with her hands, and the traces of the corpse is just gone completely.
Isol's less concerned about her carpet, more concerned about her own armor.
Just.
That reminds me, we need to get altar armor at some point.
Hide behind the blood. She has white pants on. No.
See, we got ways to boost you. I got something to boost Alter a little bit more too, with as far as AC. He's good.
Oh.
Next up, you see what appears to be 2 villagers wearing as traditional of a garb as peasants can get their hands on. And as they approach, they get on their knees and they give a deep bow. Right. You were one of the businesses that were affected by that. I'm terribly sorry that had to happen to you. Is your business alright? Well, some of our goods buried, your grace. It will take a while, but we will eventually recover. I mean, you can see her nod. That's good. She snaps her fingers, and one of the ninjas comes forward bearing a chest. This is a small token, but I hope 10,000 gold will get your business back up. They sort of bright, wide-eyed. Thank you. And they begin like bowing. That is all right. Tell me, when is with this money? When do you expect your dressmaking business to come back up? A couple weeks with this money, your grace. I should like to buy a dress when that time comes. Thank you. And with that, they march out, way too pleased and happy. Next up, Helen and Kyo. Like before, Kyo sets her blade down and gives a bow. Helen, Helen's motions isn't quite as elegant as he must have been rehearsing this last night, but he pulls it off somehow. And you can see the woman's face smiles. Well, little Kyo. It's been a long time since I saw you within my castle. Ah, yes, Your Grace. Last I heard, you went off. You can see she actually steps down from her. Where's my... Is this on the map layer? Why isn't... It is on the map layer. Get on the token layer. You can actually... She actually steps forward to take a thorough look at you. At Kyo. Oh, you've certainly grown. You are but a child. It is good to see you back within these halls. Thank you, Your Grace. I came here to announce my return. But you're not going to stay here for very long, are you? Chasing your well-being sister, was it? Yes. There's a long pause. In the state you are, you're not going to win. You know that, right? Q just kind of respectively coughs and looks to the side. I can do it. I just need the Tensei no Shie. Give permission. So that's why you're here. Well, I'm not just going to give it to you, but you are free to conduct the trials, just like everybody else is. You know the rest, though. Yes, I remember the legends, Your Grace. You know you can't afford to die. That mark on your hand means you're very important to the world as large. You can see Kyo move her hand over to one of her gloved hands and kind of look to the side. I don't think it's that important compared to everything else. Well, I expect to see you once you've completed the test, but you may leave. They stand up and they bow and they walk past you. Helen giving a very slight wave to you both as they proceed to leave.
Lisa will just kind of like look at the rest of the group and like kind of whisper when she's like listening to this conversation. At least it sounds like there's something to distract her a little bit.
That buys us time. Alright. Looks like it's...
It looks at Key. Altar looks at Key and, like, looks to the rest of the group and just goes, should we let Key do the talking? Should we trade off?
So she's going to turn to Key and, like, kneel down. It's like, are you sure you want to do this?
Well, I mean, I want to be able to get us back home at least. I don't really know much about, or like, I don't know what's going on fully with Kyo, but this is the only way we can get home, right?
Right, forget about Kyo at the moment. We have time to do that later. But you want to do this, correct? You're not doing this for someone else or because someone told you to. This is something that you want, right?
Well, yeah, I want to get my family home.
All right. She's going to stand up. Just want to double check that. Do you think you can lead this?
I can try. She's really uncertain on that.
You're starting to get stares from the people around you.
Isul kind of like cuts her eyes around and will just hold out a hand to Key.
Isul, or he will look at Isul.
She's holding out a hand, like offering to hold the hand, essentially.
Sure, he'll take it.
And Isul will kind of cut the questioning of Key off. Just kind of like gently tuck her forward and walk beside her. And just like when they seems to be an appropriate distance, stop, and Isul will not go like all the way down to the ground bow, but she will kind of like place her halberd and like do a deep like from the waist bow.
Well, he will take a couple steps forward ahead of Isul and do the full ground bow.
Okay. So, midway to bow, Key, like you both begin to bow, and you lift your head, and you look, and Isil hasn't seemed to have gotten up from her bow, and you're like, you pause for a moment, like, should I be there longer? But as you start to look around, you notice that something feels off in the air, and you turn around to look at your party, and they don't seem to be moving either, for that matter. In fact, they're not even blinking. You turn to look over at the ninjas. They're not moving or blinking either.
Nervousness, and she'll like she looks at her party and then nervously looks to the goddess.
You can see a slight mischievous smile come from her. I hope you don't mind if I prepared a little chat for us in private.
If that's what you wish, Your Grace.
She sort of claps her hands, and in front between you both is a table prepared with a whole assortment of foods. And she will sit at one end of it.
You will get up and stand, I guess, at the edge of the table. Not sure if she's supposed to sit down or not.
There is 2 chairs, so the indication is there.
She kind of glances at the goddess, glances at the chair, moves towards it, and like, there's no, you can't do that. She'll sit down slowly.
It has been a long time since I've got to see one of my children. You are most welcome within this castle.
Thank you. Sorry for not visiting sooner.
There's a chuckle. It is quite alright. Not many know how to get to this place anyway, despite their own power that runs in their veins. I do not fault you for anything.
To be honest, we kind of ended up here on accident.
Some would say an accident is just a whim of fate, wouldn't you agree?
An optimistic way of putting it.
It is not optimism, it is simply how it is. Small little things build up to other things, and those things build up to other things, and those things lead you here to me. Fate is very much a real thing, as you will come to realize.
He looks kind of at the table and at the goddess, kind of like wondering like a lot of questions on her face, kind of thing. And she pauses and is like, "Is there something you wanted to talk to me about?"
What kind of mother doesn't want to speak with her own child as she comes home? What kind of silly question is that?
Right. Oh, sorry.
She holds out her hand to you.
She'll take it.
You can kind of feel a sort of hum between the both of you as your hand starts to tingle a little bit. And after a moment, she sets it down and blinks for a little bit. You've had a rough life so far, haven't you, Ki?
Could have been worse.
Aren't you the optimist?
I mean, it's easier than focusing on the negative.
I suppose so. I feel you have myriad questions for me.
Yeah.
Well, let's play a little game, you and I. I'll let you ask me a question, and then I'll ask you a question. And we'll go forward until we're tired. How does that sound?
Sure. That's fine.
She smiles. Very well. Take the lead.
Well, first question would be, they're not hurt, are they? Like,
Hurt?
how did you do all this?
Oh no, they're not hurt, silly. Right now, me and you exist outside of time. Once I undo it, everything will be back to the way it was, and all will flow accordingly.
Okay, good. That was like the biggest concern. She was really worried about everyone.
Have you enjoyed your life so far?
It's had its ups and downs, but I think it's ended in the best way it could. A wonderful family. There's not really much more I could ask for.
You have a family now, but you didn't in the past. But it's your turn. By all means.
Would you teach me how to get everyone home?
That of course I can. You're quite capable of it yourself.
I tried navigating last time and it didn't really work out.
You still managed it, though. Even if it wasn't sure where you were going, you still arrived here. That alone is proof enough that you carry my blood within you.
I think it's your turn.
She smiles, and you can see her. It looks like you're a fan of potatoes, was it?
He
She
blushes,
snaps.
but nods.
She snaps, and she makes a set of baked potatoes for you. Wouldn't want you to go without a treat of your choosing, all of this is my choosing. She'll also pour herself a cup of carrot juice.
Bright eyes.
I'll let that count as a question. It's your turn.
Oh, okay. Um. She takes one of the potatoes and puts it on her plate. Starts kind of cutting it up a bit. Are there others like me? Is there a
Oh,
way to find
yes.
them?
Oh, there are several. There are several of your siblings around the world, yes. I don't have the exact count, but well, I'm sure as you get stronger in your gift, you'll be able to visit them.
And is there a way to recognize them?
That's another thing that will come with your gift in time. You'll be able to tell those with power from those without. The eyes of a Felthanos are the eyes to see the world as it truly can be. You'll understand what that means in time. Is there anything you want for yourself, Q?
Mm. She was going to take a bite of the big potato, but she kind of pauses and thinks about it. I don't know. I just always wanted to make others happy. People important to me happy.
Well, the pursuit of happiness for others is a noble goal, but surely you must want something for yourself.
I don't know.
You poor thing. You were conditioned since you were young to not think about yourself. If I had that man in front of me right now, I'd blow into bits. It's your turn.
She looks a little uncomfortable, but she kind of pushes through it. How did I end up with Sylvester's family? Do you know?
You're asking how you left Elizana.
No.
Well, truthfully, you are not of my flesh. You are of my soul. So, when a Felthanos that meets certain requirements, or should I say when Viera meets certain requirements, upon their birth, they are given a bit of my soul. And it is my soul mixing with this magic that will eventually become a Felthanos. So, your birth mother must have gotten captured by slavers, and you must have been given to them. She gives you a moment to process this.
Yeah. Why do you share your soul with others? What does that do?
It has a multitude of reasons, but primarily it allows me to see the world through others' eyes. When a Feltanus dies, their soul returns to me, and I regain their memories and their experiences. So, this way, I can see glimpses into the world without actually having to leave this place. That's the primary reason.
Why don't you just leave?
I am protecting this world from the outside world. If I were to leave, the veil keeping it from the rest of the world would become undone.
Why? He realizes she's asked a lot of questions.
You can see
And
she smirks
pauses.
as you finally realize that she smiles. What, that was 3? You owe me 3 answers now. Is there anything that you would change, if you could change it?
I mean, maybe there are things that I wish hadn't happened. But if they hadn't, then, butterfly effect and all.
That's certainly true. Butterfly effect is a very interesting phrase. I do quite approve of it. Butterflies are rather beautiful, don't you think?
God.
And to think that so many innocent little flappings can cause such devastation. It's a fitting analogy for the annals of time. How do you feel about your gift?
Mm. I don't personally feel much about it. Honestly, I think it's just caused problems for others.
Well, that's natural. Where power goes, evil is always starting to take it. For what it's worth, I'm sorry that you got burned with that.
I mean, it's not your fault. It's not like you knew any of this.
Well, I've had enough children to know that the fate of most Feltanus turn out rather badly, as the greedy come for.
You? She bites her tongue.
Go on.
Do you still care about the outside world?
Of course I care about the outside world. Why else would I peer into it constantly?
Why not protect what's out there? If you do care.
The reason I am protecting Elizana right now is to prevent all of humanity from erasing itself. You know what's going out there with the existence, yes?
God.
Then you should know that as the Black Beast wins, humanity is wiped out. And even if they do summon the Totema, the world will change and maybe not exist anymore, according to its wishes. But me and this world of Ilazana will remain eternal. Therefore, in some way, shape, or form, humanity will live on.
But you could protect a lot more than just Just still Azana. Are you not able to fight the Black Beast yourself?
I think you underestimate the power that the negative emotions of all humanity possesses.
Maybe.
I don't blame you for your questions, though. In fact, I rather applaud your inquisitive mind. It's good to ask questions. I'm not mad at you, and I don't think you're trying to insult me.
He didn't realize that what she was saying was insulting, or could be perceived that way.
It could be. But
kinda
she wants
rubs
you to
her
know
arm a
that she's
bit.
not mad.
Sorry if that was more offensive. I didn't mean to.
No. I quite like it when you speak your mind, actually. I was afraid you were just going to be timid this whole time. What do you want to do going forward?
I don't know. I'm just happy to be around those I care about. I haven't really considered it.
Being happy to be around those that are around you is quite lovely, but you do need to consider what to do for yourself. To follow along without preparing anything for yourself is the height of foolishness.
Mm. Sorry?
Don't be sorry, be better. I know you are
I-
quite capable of it. I believe it is your turn for a question now.
Hmm. Well, I guess an important question, part of the reason why we came here. Do you know anything about what's happening with Sedalia?
Virgilia and his sister are going to be fighting over a weapon known as the Tensei no Shi. Translated into your language, it is Angel Killer.
Why?
What do you think somebody wants to do with the weapon named Angel Killer, dear?
She realized, like, she knows the reason, but she doesn't want to admit it. So, I don't remember much of what the angels are. Essentially, people we met at Valhalla, right?
Yeah. The Sephiroth are another good. You know they're higher beings.
And do
And-
we know what their goal is? Like what
No.
their purpose is?
Wait, we know that one of the angels is the one that caused the shit.
Yes, you were aware of that.
Like-
and also that, like, this time around, they're supposed to rename neutral, but this time they were encouraged to help humanity.
Like, most
Yeah.
of them are helping humanity except for the one that decided, you know what, we're not going to, like, test and find people in general. We're just going to test all of humanity at once, and if they lose, then they wipe
Yes.
us out. So, like, there's, like,
Yes.
essentially one evil angel, and then some questionable angels, depending on what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know anything about this quote unquote evil angel?
No.
Other than it was implied that he was in the minority of the angels.
Yes.
But from what we know, the implication here is we don't know exactly which angels Regalia and Kyo are looking for, but you can assume that they're going to be after either the evil angel or one of the good ones that make it harder for the good guys to win.
Okay. You know anything about these angels?
They are a high order of being. For the most part, their job is to watch over and ensure that what is happening now doesn't. But since the contender and the challenger begin their little game, everything's gone out of whack.
And there's no way to undo it.
Well, you know the reset button. That's why the little marks on their hands exist. She motions over to Isul, as if to make a point. Her, Kyo, a couple other people. They'll decide how the world's going to be soon.
A lot of pressure to put on just a few people.
It is. But the angels decided a long time ago that they would let humanity shape their fates. Or did you think this is the first time, or even the second, that they've been used?
How many times have they been used?
In my memory, 5. And each time, something was undone, or something was changed, and humanity came to a fresh start of their own making. All to save from a calamity of some sort. It changes depending on what it is at the time.
So
Some big
each calamity
threat.
was different?
Oh, some big threat, some world polluting business, you know. You can imagine how it is. Well, actually, I'm sure you can't, but perhaps you will in time.
I don't know how I can learn about something that's already long gone.
With that, she smiles. I can help you with that.
What do you mean?
We'll come back to that at the end of our discussion. But I promise you I will address it.
Confusion and curiosity are very clear on her face.
Knowing everything I've told you now, what do you want to do? Are you content to sit back and let other people take the stage? A dancer of your caliber deserves to be in the center of it all, don't you think?
Mm. I mean, I'd like the world not to end. You really preferred?
And why is that?
I like it here. I like the people here.
Do you like it here, or do you like it here because people say they like it here? Do you
No.
personally like this world?
I like it. I mean, the world was here before I was.
Can't argue with that logic.
I mean, it would be nice to make a difference, like everyone else here. Just
Why-
to.
Why don't you?
I don't really have much to bring to the table.
At that, you can see her hand is shaking a little bit, as you seem to have annoyed her at that. And what do you mean you can't bring anything to the table? Who told you that?
He flinches a bit. Well, I am not very useful.
And why do you think that? You can tell she's getting a little more annoyed.
Flinches again. I am. I don't know. I'm sorry.
You don't know. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. It's your turn. Feel free to ask.
He is clammed up a bit. Takes a bite of food. Like, I'll be honest, guys. My mind is blanking on any questions. Does anyone else have questions?
Just read what Joe wrote.
Wait, Joe wrote something? Oh. Discord. That's a good point.
Feels very much like a key question.
It really is.
Thanks, Joe. You know Key better than me.
You're welcome.
So are you mad at me for some reason?
She kind of pauses and she takes a breath. Am I mad at you? No. I'm mad that you're not letting yourself be what you can be. You're limiting yourself, and frankly, that pisses me off.
You don't.
You're more useful than half of these idiots put together. You're aware of that, yes? You can do amazing things. But instead, you're content to sit behind somebody or let somebody hold you by the hand on your way forward. You're not weak. I will not have any of my children said that they are weak. It's quite frankly stupid.
Hey. She's kind of at a loss for words.
You're one of the best dancers that I've seen in this generation, Key. Not only that, you actively try to help others, you make them smile, you actively heal them. And yeah, none of them thank you, but it is important work that you're doing. As I said, a dancer of your caliber deserves to be in the spotlight. And it's damn time you had the attitude for it.
I don't know what you think you know, but I am happy with those around me. I
I
like
never said you
being
weren't.
used. It makes me feel useful.
You should find other ways to be happy as well. If you want to help people, that's more than fine. But don't do it just for that. You need to be able to make decisions on your own.
Things have only recently changed for me, and I'm trying. Okay?
Are you? Or are you using that as an excuse to not, and to simply listen to people again? You ask me, you're afraid.
So what if I am?
It is okay to be afraid of what is to come, but to let it hold you back is an insult to yourself and to the others around you that are trying so hard to help you.
He kind of glances back at Silverus a bit, and just at the group at large. I'm not trying to.
You're not trying to not, either. You're letting yourself stagnate.
What do you want from me?
I want to know that my daughter is going to be okay, and that she's going to be the best version of herself that she can possibly be. What more does a mother want? I'm not the type that says you can't do this, or you're grounded if you don't do this. All I expect for you is to be the best version of yourself. Confront your flaws and overcome them. You are more than capable of that. You just refuse to believe you are. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Well, none.
Good. She stands up, and with a wave of her hand, the table disappears until it's just you two standing in front of each other.
He will
Are you
look up at
resolved?
her.
Did that help you find?
You cut out Piper.
Did that help you find your resolve at all?
A bit.
Dick, Mandy.
I want you to make a.
What?
I want you to make a promise to me.
Okay.
Hello?
Oop.
There goes Viper.
Mutiny!
Oh no, the goddess.
Good night, Piper.
Okay, bye, Viper. I want you to make a promise. Disappears. Back.
Hello.
What happened? Still can't hear you.
There's green around the face.
Yeah, but no sound.
Hello.
There.
There you
Hey.
go.
Okay.
Hey.
My memory is spiking super fucking hard right now.
Everybody.
If I had to guess, like when I looked at Discord, it's trying to load up a birthday client, and I think that just broke my system.
Well, it's late enough, and with Mandy having to go to bed, we can try to find a good stopping point and then continue Goddess Conversation Part 2 next time.
I'll be done soon. Well, I mean, what time is it? It's only 7 o'clock. Okay, so she said, I want you to make a promise to me, Key.
And the promises.
She wants you to promise that when you're encountered with a flaw in yourself, that you're going to do your best to overcome it.
Sure. Doesn't sound too hard.
It might be the hardest thing one can be capable of, confronting their own flaws. So I take it that is a promise then.
Yeah. I promised.
She holds her hand out to you again.
She looks at it and slowly puts her hand out.
As she takes her hand again, you can feel your whole body begin to buzz this time as you kind of glow a little bit. You can feel like your hair grow a couple inches in length as it tickles along your back a little bit. Your ears have grown a little bit, and you seem to have grown like half a foot at least. And when she lets go of her hand, you can feel like the power brimming from you.
What happened?
I gave you part of my power, dear.
Why? What? Wait, will I be able to get us home now?
Eventually. Soon you will replace me entirely.
Wait, what?
I've already begun the process. By the end of this year, I will be gone, and you will take my place.
Wait, whoa.
She
Listen.
smiles.
What? Huh?
She gives a smile. And now, both sides of time are revealed to you and to you alone.
I didn't. That's all. That's all. He's just muttering to herself, like, she cannot word right now.
And now you will be forced to make decisions for yourself, my dear. Call it a mother's love. She kind of
What?
smiles. She kind of smiles and takes a step back. And you look to Isul, and she finally finishes her bow and stands back up. Nobody none the wiser of this.
Until we look and see that she has
It's-
grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fucking in a flash.
She has her hands on her head, like, she's like, what? Distress.
Alter whispers to Silverus, "Is that like a common greeting, or is she just blowing it?"
Oh, Silverish is fucking going forward. She just fucking Mario mushroomed up.
Yep.
Fucking approaches, just like, Key, what? Are you hurt? What's going on?
She turns around, seeing that everyone's moving again. And
Welcome to you all, strangers from an outside land.
she turns to the goddess, like,
You can see the twinkle of mischief in her eyes.
Yes. Hello, Your Grace. What happened? Key, are you hurt?
Did you get taller?
he looks down at her, like, her feet, expecting to see, like, expecting to see she's taller.
Like
You know, it's not-
stilts.
Yeah. Like, not fully processing that.
If your skin had any blemishes, they're now like completely gone, and it looks like you have like makeup on at all times now.
She's horrible at putting makeup on.
Well, now you have
What?
perfect makeup on now.
Her eyeliner is on point at all times.
Yep.
I'm okay. I'm fine.
Isul just kind of like watches, like, see her frown slightly and then look and stare really hard at the goddess and then look back towards Key. I believe there's a little bit of Viera magic going around in the air.
I'm afraid I
What?
don't have the foggiest idea of what you're talking about. No, you wish to see me
Slow
for some reason.
single eyebrow raise at the goddess. The most, like, yeah, that's some bullshit expression that Isul can muster.
She nods at Isul. Like, not really wording, just nodding in confirmation. You guys, we have questions, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes, we do. Though, now some of those questions are for you.
Well, it's a good thing I travel with you guys, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get her act together.
Isul like watches them for a second and then shakes her head. goddess, well, do you have a name, first off?
Hmm. Most people do not say my name in public, but my name is Mistella Fealdanas. And you, Isul Hama?
Just Isul, if you would like.
Not a fan of the last name.
Well, with a family like the Hamas, I don't blame you whatsoever.
Isul just little curt nod.
Hmm.
We have a few questions about the void that you might be able to help us with.
Certainly.
You didn't seem overly surprised by Kyo's state when she came in before us. So I'm assuming you know what is going on with her.
I do, yes.
Is it reversible or is it permanent?
There is no changing what they have become.
That sounds more ominous than I would have hoped for.
And is that the fate of anybody that is harmed by void creatures, or is that a particular case?
Vergilia jumped into a massive amount of existence in a phenomenon that people have collectively referred to as the night. If you jump into it and survive, your levels of power magnify more than anything in this world can give you. Most people do not survive this, however.
But at a cost of going a little cracked in the head, it sounds like.
Most that do that and survive do lose a portion of herself. I believe for Vergilia's sake, she sacrificed her empathy for it.
How many people have jumped in and survived?
Lovely.
3.
Currently, or in all of history?
In all of history.
Is she the only one that is currently out and about as far as you're aware?
No, that is another.
Oh joy.
Do we need to be concerned about this newfound... Do we need to be concerned about them?
I would say so. One of them is the whole reason you're here in the first place.
Who
Good.
is the other one? If you don't mind answering.
A man by the name of Kuon. You know him now as the Challenger, I believe.
The Challenger?
That is his title in the Angel Hierarchy, yes.
The one that released the beast.
That's the one.
So you jumped into the night hundreds of years ago?
That is correct.
Oh joy.
Jumping in and managing to survive gives you the qualifications to become an angel. It's one of the 2 ways to do so.
What would the other way be?
To pass the Sephiroth trial.
And that's what
way
you
around.
sent... that's what you sent Kyo off to do.
Kyo is going to take a separate trial, one that, if she succeeds, will grant her a powerful weapon by the name of the Tensei. With that, she will have the power to take on Vergilia. Maybe even more than that. If she survives.
Do you
If-
know other weapons similar to that?
Do you mean the indulgence weapons?
Indulgence weapons or otherwise. I don't know if that one is an indulgence weapon or not.
It is not. It is made of a higher order than the ones that you currently possess.
But you don't know of any others that just happen to be out and about for the taking.
This is the only weapon of its kind. I suppose one could be forged if you get a god or goddess to make it for you. But I'm the only one around, and I'm not particularly in the mood to hand out angel-killing weapons.
Does it bother you? Do you have any stake in the goings on with these folks? Like, I don't know, do you stand to lose anything by them running around?
You're asking, like, does she get fucked up if Kyo attempts to challenge, basically?
If Kyo is if like basically is that if this problem is left unchecked, does that create a problem for you?
No. I am of a higher altitude than even angels, so it can't hurt me.
Or are you going to rain wrath down on Kyo and Vigilia if they cause a little bit more destruction than you wanted them to?
If they cause widespread damage, then I will judge them according to the rules of my land.
Is there a place we could try to push them, if nothing else?
Or kick them out?
Well, I suppose you're capable of kicking them out now, little Key. Or will be soon enough.
Wince.
Looks at Key.
You're my daughter, after all. I'm sure you can do it.
Is that the pressure of the weight of the world on your shoulders? That sounds horrible.
I do have a question.
Yes, Silverus?
Sylvia, actually.
Ah, you're going by Sylvia now. I see.
What happens if Kyo or Vigilia manage to kill the other?
What happens in what way?
If Kyo manages to kill Vigilia, do you know what's going to happen to her? Is
I
she
guess
going to
It
further?
depends on her mental
change.
state. I can't predict with 100% certainty, but, well, Q will have killed her sister, and she'll have to deal with that. She may get stronger, she may decide to take her own life. It's not for me to decide.
And if Vigilia is left unchecked?
Virgilia, if left unchecked, it depends on what she wants to do. I can't claim to know what she wants out of this, but those who obtain power typically seek more power. She may become a threat to you all, or she may not be.
And I assume as soon as she becomes too much for this country, you're just going to conveniently kick her out, so we have to deal with it anyway.
Perhaps, if it comes to that. I don't think Vigilia is as foolish as to pick a fight with me. So
Maybe
I
not
don't
you,
think
but
there would
your
be.
people.
To pick a fight with my people is to pick a fight with me. She won't cause rampant destruction just for the sake of rampant destruction.
So she is capable of becoming an angel because she jumped in tonight, but she is not yet one?
Officially, no.
What does that mean?
Once you do that, you're supposed to, swear an angelic oath to serve the angels, blah, 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 blah. Again, not an angel, don't care. But the point is, until this game of theirs is done, no new angels can be sworn in, so until that happens, Vigilia is a free agent and not bound by their rules.
But
So
is
she
it-
has all the power and none of the responsibility.
Pretty much.
See, I knew there were going to be trouble from the very first time you had a drink with Kyo.
I didn't think it'd be this much trouble.
Why do you attract people like that?
I'm an unlucky sort, I assume.
Do you think that our involvement could stop Vergilia.
Well, you've heard of the butterfly effect, haven't you?
In theory.
Your actions may create a devastating tornado to blow them away. Or it might create a tailwind to lead them to victory. It's all up to you.
So how do we stop her if she has the power of an angel? I assume that none of us here are able to defeat her. Even collectively, can we even hope to fight someone who has the power of an angel?
You can always try and become an angel yourself.
By either going through trials that sound like they take a very long time or jumping into night.
Failing that, try and beat the Black Beast as fast as you can.
And what would that do?
That would ensure that new angels can be born again. Which means sooner or later Vigilia would have to swear an oath to follow angelic rules. Or have all of angel kind as an enemy.
So in other words,
Alternatively-
nothing in the short term.
Nothing in the short term, but nothing ever comes good in the short term, dear. Alternatively, you can seek out the rest of the Tema and force a world shift. That won't do anything for you in regards to her, but it will solve your problem. Or push it aside.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but from the way you speak as if none of this matters.
Every little thing doesn't matter, only the grand scale of it. Don't get me wrong, it is not as if I do not care for you or for this place. But in the end, you just begin to see it as events, little moments. This isn't the first world. It's not the second. It's not the third. It's not the fourth.
But it's our world.
It is.
So can you help us?
I already have.
Alter narrows his eyes. How?
You can see once again her eyes have gained a little bit of mischief. In the I know something you don't know.
I'm assuming this
put
has
the-
to do with. Yeah.
He put the hand on Alter's arm.
It's like, what do you fucking think she did?
Looks a key. Like, what?
I think I'm the help.
Joel, you're a kid.
Looks to the goddess like this.
You will not
Not
refer to
for-
my daughter as just a kid.
Not for long.
What does that mean? You're going to age quickly?
She puts her finger to her lip, to her smiling lips.
Wait. So she just looks like she's just gonna blatantly say this. She looks at the goddess like, wait, so I can't tell them?
Save it for later.
This is not something dangerous, is it?
Most-
I have a big sister, Sylvia. She'll be fine, don't worry.
And I assume she did get a choice in this, correct?
Of course she did.
Looks to Key.
She made a very
She-
important promise to me.
She nods in like a I think so kind of way. she's not certain with her response.
She may not be a child, but she is still very young. I trust that as a goddess of this land, you do know what you're doing.
But of course I do.
Silver's gonna bite her tongue. She's gonna just shoulder on, hand on keys, shoulder.
There's definite eye twitch from Isul. She just kind of makes a disgusted noise and shakes her head. She keeps her mouth shut, but not happy.
Gotta work on your poker face. You don't want a nosebleed, do you?
I can't think of a better party to protect her as she grows.
Is she growing to grow more, or do you mean the normal growth?
She kind of blinks. Yes. Grow as a person.
Right.
You've got 2 people monked. You've got 2 bearing the Hama blood. You've got Keta over there. You're the best protection for her possible. And I trust that you'll see her to safety.
Of course.
Pause, because I'm getting lost in trying to remember what the fuck we know about the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did, said 2 people marked. So that's Isul. Did Silvers tell us she got marked?
I don't think
She
she
showed
told
us.
you guys. Oh, did she?
She bared the tattoo in front of everyone.
Okay.
Ah.
She took off her gloves to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
she has Totema mark.
Gotcha. So, Isul just kind of like narrows her eyes a little bit. And I understand some of what that is, but exactly doesn't matter that we're Hama.
Yeah, what good is my blood? I'm not marked with the totema, and all I've got to show for it is a shitty dad.
And an even shittier mom.
Points to Isul, like, yeah.
My condolences. Your bloodline originated here in Elzana. I don't know if you didn't know that or not. But the first Hama was very power thirsty, much like the rest of you were.
Oh, great. Goes back even further than we thought. So, fact that we are related to some ancient, bloodthirsty, power-thirsty menace is good for something?
If channeled correctly, anything can be considered good. It's what you do with the power, not the power itself.
What power do I have? I mean, I've got
Isul
a
just
weapon.
lifts a hand to rub at her temple. Getting very tired of immortals talking in circles.
I'm not talking in circles. I'm telling you exactly everything that you need to know at that moment. And I will remind you, you are in my presence. At least wait till backtalk me.
She just like raises an eyebrow. Sometimes I think it's good to be backtalked just a little bit.
You clearly haven't met a god not as happy as I am.
Yeah, then they don't deserve to be a god much, do they? They can't handle it.
You know, there is only so much disrespect that I will tolerate.
Hey, so kind of trying to get in the way. So should we don't need to worry about Regalia rampaging here, right?
She will not go on a rampage, no.
What is
Good,
she
good.
looking for here?
Same thing Kyo is, right? The
That is
angel
correct.
killer. Do you know where she is?
She's probably on her way to attempt one of the trials now.
How many
There-
trials are there?
4.
Where are they?
Where are they?
One to the northwest, one to the southeast, one to the northwest, one to the southwest.
The off cardinal directions. Are they the same distance apart?
Roughly. You've been to one of the trial sites already.
I'm assuming she means you all.
The one with Phoenix? Or Suzaku?
Suzaku is one of the trial keepers, yes. Byako here is another one.
So, if you know who the trial keepers are, you know if Regalia has managed to do any of them yet.
She blinks and looks over to Byako, who this whole time has stood like in like reverent silence, but when he feels his gaze upon her, he kind of speaks up. She hasn't attempted my trial yet. If you guys came from Suzaku, she's not going to one of them yet. Probably to Genbu Asario.
If she has the power of the angels, what's stopping her from succeeding at all of the trials?
I set up the trials in such a way that an angel can't just waltz in and grab it. That'd be the height of foolishness. No, she will have to attempt it with the power of a human.
Is that something that's only limited to the trial? Or is that something that could be utilized to lessen her power day to day?
It is for the trial itself.
Can't blame me for trying.
I do like your ingenuity, Sylvia.
Thank you. Unfortunately, there's no help here. Is there anything that we can do now to turn the tides of what's undoubtedly going to happen here?
You could have tried to obtain the weapon yourself, or if you don't care, you can simply return back to your world. I don't care what path you decide to view.
The trials, would you have to complete each one?
Yes.
Speaking
Can
of
we
our
work together?
It would be something you would have to all go to together. Yes, splitting up is not an option for this. If you all want it. If only one of you want it, well, one of you would have to travel alone.
But it is possible.
It is possible. But again, splitting up and doing each one isn't going to work. At least one person needs all four trials complete. You understand what I'm saying?
But as a group, we can't complete them.
Yes.
That is an option.
Do you truly believe that this angel killer weapon would be strong enough to defeat the challenger? He sounds like he is one of the most powerful beings amongst us.
An angel is an angel. He is not at the level of a god.
Why haven't you or the other gods stopped him?
Do you want an honest answer to that, Alzahama?
Well, that depends. Have you not given me an honest answer before then?
No, I've been entirely truthful.
if you please, I'd prefer an honest answer.
The point is, on the whole, we do not care. As I said earlier, this is not the first world, or the second, or the third. Humans have fought each other for millennia. Tens of millennia. Angels have also given trials out for millennia. In other words, we want to see you strive forward with your own hands, rather than rely on us for intervention. We could rein in the angels, but we simply do not wish to.
We? Sounded an awful lot like there were no more gods or goddesses beside you.
It is not that there are no more gods or goddesses, they've just left. I am the only one in this neck of the woods.
Very much still this sour face. She's... Something pissed her off in this whole conversation, and she is not recovering from it. Just... Well, besides the point with that, the Totema, the meeting that people talk about, is that... How exactly does that work?
Are you asking the steps that's taken, or how they carry it out?
A bit of both, to be honest. Seems to be an awful lot of power that I don't quite understand how it's done.
Well, before it even begins, all of you must figure out your reason. That is to say, what you wish for the new world. You lot will sit in the middle of a nice castle for however long it takes for you to come into agreement. Some of you might not come to an agreement, and most of you will probably try to kill each other in one way, shape, or form. But the end result is, once you present your reason to the Totemas, they will do their best to enact it, to the letter as much as possible, but they will use artistic creativity if needed. They will try to create the world that you all have agreed on.
And were the Totemas a creation of the gods, or something else?
They are our tools originally. Gifts that we gave to humans as a sort of emergency button.
Did you, or did the gods create the Black Beast?
No, we did not create the Black Beast. You all created the Black Beast.
Was that something intentional or as a byproduct of existing?
I would assume it is a byproduct of it existing. Emotions have power. Emotions manipulate existence, even if they don't intentionally do so. And existence is the building blocks of everything. So when a whole bunch of negative powers gather together, well then, voila, Black Beast.
Is there a way to weaken it?
There is. For that, you'll have to figure out what your predecessors figured out. By your predecessors, I do mean the previous set of Totemas. If you want to do that, the remnants of the Dawn Company lie below this very city.
And above table, that's the shit that is like connected to Kit and everything, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In our group, we only have 2 Totemas. Who are the others?
Well, I believe one just passed you roughly 30 minutes ago, did they not?
Cute.
Because we know there's Q, and we know Ray's Hound dude.
Raysound, Everett.
Everett.
And you know your brother.
Hmm.
So it's 5?
Everett, Isul, Mori, Silver's Keo.
Okay. Above table again.
5.
How many are there in total?
There are 12.
12. And how many are have been taken out? Because we're down to like 3 or 4 left, right?
Total, you are at half. 6 are woken up.
6. So there's 1 that we don't know.
Yes.
Okay. So Isil will just kind of like incline her head back towards the door. Keo, and then myself, and Silverus, and Everett, Maury. Who's the other one?
I'm sure they will reveal themselves to you in time. I'm not going to give you all the answers. That would be unfair to them.
Is it
Do you
really
know-
unfair, or are they just not smart enough to come talk to a goddess?
I don't think they... It's not that they don't want to talk to a goddess. They just don't have a key to do it. And with that, she actually kind of laughs a little bit. You get it? Because key. And then she points to key.
Where can we find this person?
I'm sure when you get back to your world, they'll be at the Millennium Castle by now.
Can you teach Key how to traverse that weird time space so we don't lose years of our lives between visits?
Or
Already dead.
lose our life while we are there. It's a way around the big birds and others.
Already dead.
Looks at Key. Do you feel any different?
I mean, I look kind of different.
Fair enough.
No, to be definitely is fair enough, because apparently you just walked to the door with a wardrobe change one day and all of a sudden you had a power up.
Yes, and I don't fully understand it. I haven't seen Rydada.
What is it?
Where
What's
is
with you
she?
fucking wardrobe changes.
Don't you know? Getting a new clothes equals you've gained a new set of powers. I don't know.
Bullshit.
I don't know if you haven't read any novels lately, but that's just how it works.
That's bullshit. If that was the case, then we just go to the tailors and it gets amazing powers all
Oh,
the time.
the new clothes are like part of the power up. You don't get a power up from the clothes.
You should listen to your brother. He's quite smart.
That is a blatant lie from both of you, points at Silverus.
Oh, what the fuck does Silverus do?
You flat out have shit that's like you get the power from the clothing.
Oh, I thought you were saying that she was lying.
No, she's calling Alter and the goddess liars.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck did I do? So,
Hey,
Oh,
she's
sorry,
been
what-
truthful this entire time. She said I was smart and worth listening to.
That's also a lie.
what? What on earth is this conversation? We were
Above
talking
table,
about more
this is a
important
conversation
things.
where Z is starting to lose track of things. Her brain is melting.
It's like,
Can-
let's get back on
can-
track.
We. How. If a Totema user is chosen and they don't want to be a Totema user,
Isil raises
what
her hand.
happens?
Continue your question.
If a Totema user is chosen and they don't want to be a Totema user, what happens?
They don't have a choice. You don't want to be a Totomi user. Go die.
Oh, joy.
It doesn't exactly reset it.
No, but it will transfer it to the person who did. Assuming that they are eligible for it themselves.
What makes someone eligible?
Whatever criteria they deem fit. Don't know, don't care.
To use I don't care as a lot of the reasoning.
Truth is truth.
What do you care about?
She kind of smiles. I care about my daughter here. And she rubs Key's head a little bit.
Hmm.
He's looking at the group like, help me.
Right. And what exactly did you do to her?
Oh, I gave her a makeover.
Other than that.
Mhm. I'm sure she'll tell you eventually. But I
She's
did
aware
give
that she
her.
can tell us because you made it seem kind of like she shouldn't and couldn't.
Well, I like to. I just wanted to save it for later, so you guys can have a fun little conversation, personally away from me. Because again, couldn't care less.
So we don't try to hound you for answers.
Now you're getting it.
I mean, Key, you don't have to listen to her.
If she loves you so much, then you can tell us whenever you want. She won't do anything to you.
Again, there's only so much disrespect that I will tolerate.
Mm.
Isul was looking at Key when she said that. She's still not looking at the guy. She's still looking at Key.
He kind of glances to the goddess and between the goddess and the group and kind of mutters, "You did tell me to make my own decisions."
I did. But you're not making your own decision right now. You're giving in to the demands of another. You're being pressured, in other words.
And you're not pressuring her?
Isil, I need you to roll a wisdom save, please.
Unfortunately, Isul does have a point.
Yep.
He does.
There's not a lot, like, Isul has been a bitch at moments in here, but she has also had a lot of points. It's just the goddess not wanting to deal with it.
So, you all blink, and Isul is gone. Isul, when next you blink, you have been teleported outside of the castle. And you are now falling.
Cool. Wings.
You try to turn them on. It is only going to half the damage.
I cannot take fall damage when I have the dragon trance. So,
We're going to talk about that. Okay. Well, you blink, you're on the ground.
Wait, where?
Where's my sister?
Not here.
Yes, but where is she?
Outside. You're lucky I didn't give her a nosebleed.
Please forgive my clan member. She's not the best in social situations.
I could tell.
And she is physically safe, correct?
I'm sure she survived.
Survived?
Well, I did toss her out of the castle. But she has wings. She'll be fine.
Is there anything else that you can tell us?
Is there anything else that you want to tell us?
No, that about covers it.
Let's get out of here.
Thank you for your time, Your Grace.
Please take care of my daughter for me.
I have, and I always will.
She
Slight
nods.
bow. She's going to turn on a heel. Fucking, where the fuck is Isul? She better be alive.
She's alive.
And Yowdy. Fuck this bitch.
Yep. As soon as you guys exit the castle, Isul's like outside, like arms crossed. Very unbothered. Immortals can't handle the truth, can they?
Why on earth would they bother?
The more I talk to immortals, the less I like them. Every single one of them. Different flavor of asshole.
You're going to give me gray hairs, and I'm starting to know what that feels like, and I don't like it.
It's payback. I think I know what I want to do with the totema if I can get that.
Right.
Are you okay, Isul?
I'm fine, she just tossed me out into the air.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. You were not at fault. She just got grumpy. Looks very pointedly towards Silverus. I don't believe anything I said was illogical or wrong in all of that, was it?
Not necessarily.
Setting aside the whole don't be mean to a goddess.
Oh, that's just common sense. I'm surprised you were that bold.
Again, I'm getting very tired of immortals.
Right. But, Key, she didn't pressure you into anything, correct?
Not really. I didn't quite understand what she was asking, but I did agree.
I'm
Even
sorry,
if she-
what?
Isul like waves a hand at the other two. Just tell us what happened. We can ask our questions after.
Yeah, well, so I guess she froze everyone or took us out of time. I don't fully get that. I assume it has to do with the Faith Honors thing. Well, she asked me a lot of questions, and she wanted me to, I don't know, face my flaws or something. I might be inheriting a goddess's powers.
What does that mean?
She said in a year she's gonna disappear. And I'm gonna take her place.
Alter claps hands, and then does like a fist bump, and he just goes, "That bitch signed her own death warrant."
Key,
Yeah,
did you agree to that? Or did she just do this to you?
I didn't know what I was signing up for.
So she just did it to her.
There's not much to be done about it.
Yes. Looks towards Silverus. This kind of like almost sly look. Over under on the totem is killing a goddess.
What'd you say?
Over under on the totem is killing a goddess.
You know, I'm tempted to find out.
Please don't. I don't know if that'll affect me.
Yeah, we can include that as a clause.
Key, don't worry.
She's essentially handing her soul over to me.
But did you want that responsibility?
I don't know. I didn't even know what was happening at the time.
So again,
I still don't really know what's going on.
Hey, Key, deep breaths, alright?
I like that she said I always pressure her to do something.
Here, sit down.
You will sit down. Like, she had been pretty chill. Like, in the as chill as can be in the throne room or whatever. Now it just kind of like it's all really sinking in.
Alright.
Get a Saveth head in lap.
Silver wraps arm around Key.
Pets the Beth lead into Silver's.
Key, you have time to figure this out, alright? So just process this.
And she's so determined that you start doing things for yourself or whatever. If you really want to, you can probably just march back in there and demand that she takes it away. If she doesn't, then she's proving her own self wrong.
It doesn't really matter if she was. It wouldn't matter though. You could show her whatever you wanted or trick her into whatever bumble she might make. She's not going to change her mind. She's made it very clear that that's the type of person, the type of god she is. So even if she did do this against your will, Key, you can't change it.
Join the Sucky Fates Club.
But it doesn't mean that we're not going to be with you every step of the way.
Hell, if you're
that's
about to become a
reassuring.
goddess, then you might be useful against the Black Beast.
That's kind of my hope. I want to be able to help like you guys are.
You're already helping. But
Mm,
a goddess power would also be useful too.
But you're already powerful in your own right without power from that goddess.
He was kind of quiet and was thinking for a second. It's like we really shouldn't make it known about this, huh?
What?
She's just kind of realizing like that the Sailthonus blood it was already like people tried to kidnap her and shit, you know?
Mm.
So she's like, oh shit, it's gonna be even worse.
Well, to be fair, you're now apparently stronger somehow. Your sister is also stronger than she was. And
Your hair is longer.
the people that we know are after your blood, at least primarily at the moment, well, Alter and I have a bone to pick with most of them.
I think your little brother stopped attacking them, right?
I'm sure he has. Again, he's got Claire to answer to now. He runs a pretty tight ship.
I can confirm that. Claire would not stand for that. And I don't think he can hide that from her.
I mean, he may still ask you for some of your blood, but he's not going to kidnap you for it.
Let's see him try that.
Yeah, again, if he's asking politely and she's feeling inclined.
Right, that's different. But him trying to kidnap her, that'd be foolish.
Well,
I mean, he kidnapped the other ones. So.
we'll handle that when we get back again. I highly doubt Claire would let him. And if he is trying to do that with under Claire's nose and she has not found out yet, well, let's just say I will take care of that. I have experience with keeping Hama men in line.
Sorry. He smiles at Isul.
She as she says that, she smirks at Key and then looks very expectantly at Alter. Like, am I wrong?
Alter just looks behind him and then looks at her and just goes like, "I don't see anyone you've kept in line." And just smirks back.
You're lucky that we are in a public street. In a city I don't know.
Come on. Let's at least start heading back to one of the challenges so we can start getting a head up or a leg up on these other two.
Are we going to really try and get this sword before the two of them?
I think so? That's where my head went.
Unfortunately, it's also where my head went.
It's going to be a lot of work.
Weren't you concerned about Mari?
Exactly.
Well, I can traverse this place better now. Maybe we can, I don't know, go to him first, if you want.
The issue is that even if you can get us there instantly, setting us even a few days behind them so that I can talk to Mori would be, again, putting us behind them, which is the exact opposite of what we're trying to do.
But thank you for offering, Key. And thank you for trying to find a way to get us home.
I feel like we should apologize to you. You trying to help everybody has ended up with you getting something you really don't want.
Well, maybe it's for the best. Just being able to get to and from Ilzana is important.
Can you repeat that? It's a little muffled on my end.
Just getting from here to in Ilzana, or from Ilzana and home back and forth is important. It's a really, really good asset.
Get from here to home and not back here again, at least not for a very long time. Beautiful
Right.
country, pleasant people. Don't think I want to deal with her again.
But what about Kit?
And that's...
Isn't a lot of her history here?
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? Do we go after the sword, or do we look for what we know the bigger problem is at the moment? And I think with that, we probably need to stop so that Kit can weigh in on shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got
Yeah,
two
this is a good
options
place to
here.
end. This is a good place to end.
Continue this conversation with Mandy filled in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good session. GG.